If you are here, can you like say something? Cause this this is just not going how I thought it was gonna go. Let me hold on. Let me tell everybody. Hey Valerie. Let me tell everybody to go to this link because the other link didn't work. And if this don't work, we might have to take this on over to Instagram because YouTube Live ain't popping with me. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hey, 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 what up, y'all? Welcome to my living room. Okay, it's not y'all. What's up? I'm gonna let a few more people get on. Sorry, I had a Teddy Riley. Hey girl, hey little girl. Yeah, this is new. This is different for me. As you see, I like the rehearse stuff a little bit better. As y'all can see, if you look real close, I got a little eye situation going on. So we just gonna go. We just gonna go ahead with it, okay? So I got my laptop here. I got some notes. If y'all ready, I'm all off center, child. This light's so bright, but we gonna get through this, y'all. This is so me. Um, Let me know in the comments if y'all ready to get started. If we ready to get started, we can get going. Let me know when you're ready. You ready? Is you ready? Let me know if you can also hear me good, because I can't tell. And just want to make sure we can only see half your face. That's not good. Oh, they did say go put. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. All right. Let's see if this makes a difference. Rotate clockwise. Orientation is locked. Hold on, y'all. Okay, you can hear me. Is my face right? Is it correct? Yes. No. We hear you. We ready? Hey, girl. I'm gonna just hold the phone, I guess. Cause I can't see. Hold on. Let me see if I go on my computer if I can see what y'all are seeing. Real quick. My bad, y'all. I feel like Teddy. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, now I see what y'all talking about. You can see your whole body. I don't know if I want y'all to see my whole body. How you not? Yeah, I might not have no pants on. I do, but I'm just saying. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, so this episode, y'all. Let's go ahead and talk about Sister Molly. We're gonna start with Sister Molly. That was the notes that I have on over here is Sister Molly. Yeah, she doing the most. Um Hey y'all, hey. Um Molly is doing the most, as we already know, but I feel like this episode was mostly based around her and what she got going on. But I think at the end of the day, like, to me, Molly's issues is that she is just inconsiderate. Period. Like, she's inconsiderate of others. She's inconsiderate of other, like, relationships at work, her friendships, her actual relationship, a freaking parking spot. Like, Molly is just inconsiderate. That's the best way that I can put it. It's just she's just all about self and what self got going, and I can't relate with her because I'm not that kind of person. So it's just like, come on, sis. Like, seriously, come on. You have a really dope man who's trying to be there for you in your life, and yet you are squandering this relationship by being yourself. Like, literally, she ain't doing nothing but being herself. But it's enough to be like, come on, sis, do better. Like, am I the only one who just want her to do better? Like, I know I ain't the only one, but I feel like she's just so inconsiderate, whether it's dealing with Issa and anything that Issa got going on. Like, we could just go ahead and discuss it. It's like she didn't want Condola in the picture, but yet didn't want to help Issa with this block party. And I just make it make sense. Is anybody else like? I need y'all to give me some comments because, like, I know I can't be the only one, but if you was in Molly's shoes, would you have given Issa um the hookup, or would you have kept it separate? Me personally, I felt like I don't know if I would have necessarily given Issa. I don't know if it was the right place for Molly to ask Andrew in that situation, but I feel like maybe set up a situation for Issa to be able to have the conversation with Andrew. Like, hey, my homegirl's headliner dropped out. Like, is there anything that you could do to help? That's simple. Because, whether she's not asking him to do anything. She's just simply saying, hey, if you want to extend the olive branch, go ahead. Go ahead. If Issa was my friend, I would have helped her. Exactly. See, like, I don't understand. I don't get what was so wrong. It's like, Issa been your homegirl for forever. This a new relationship, but yet you'd rather jeopardize a friendship that's been around for so long versus this new relationship that you're not even sure about. I honestly feel like Molly just like having him to brag about to others, whether it's the girls at work or if it's her friend group. I think she just likes having somebody to say, "Oh, my man this," or "My man that," or "My man this," just to keep her like relevant in a conversation. I just don't I don't think, hey sissy girl. Okay, I get trying to set a boundary. I do. I get that Molly was trying to set a boundary, but like, is there such a thing as like a bad motive with a boundary? Like, I can't really say you've had like a boundaryless friendship prior to, so why you start now all of a sudden? Like, why is it convenient to all of a sudden have boundaries? But I don't know. I would have exactly like I would have set up the alley oop situation for Issa to ask herself. That way, I'm not in the middle of it. So anything that happens between them two, that's between them two. But I think the bottom line part that's bothering me is that she has such an issue with Condola being a part of the process. But then here's your opportunity to kind of step up to the plate, and you all of a sudden want to protect your relationship. All right, sis, go off. Like, whatever. But I get it. Boundaries are a thing. I get that. And I get that she's allowed to have whatever boundaries she wants to have in her relationship. However, I just feel like it was inconveniently timed for her to all of a sudden have boundaries because she ain't got no boundaries in no other part of life or whatever. I really can't get over this red spot in the corner of my eye, y'all, but we just gonna get past it, right? So let's get back to this parking spot real quick. She knew she was wrong. Molly knew she was wrong. She knew that Issa was about to back into that spot, but her inconsiderate self, um, she thought she was entitled to it because again, she's inconsiderate. What's here say keep those two things separate really bothered me. I think she would have said no. Yes, I the whole keeping two things separate. Yeah, like uh, you ain't. Never mind. No, I'm saying she ain't care about keeping things separate with Dro. Okay, just putting that out there. Like you ain't had no problem being like a side chick. What about that separation, sis? But I mean, if you having boundaries all of a sudden, go ahead, sis. Whatever. But I think I just again, she just comes off as so inconsiderate. Like the fact that she was gonna pull into the spot that Issa was backing into, just for her to back into the spot, you knew what Issa was doing, but you just felt like I'm more important, so I'm just go ahead and do this. Like, oh, she like I want to like Molly and I want to like the things that she's doing, but I think my love for Yvonne has definitely masked my true feelings of the character Molly. Like, yeah, but that parking spot thing just irked me because, like, if that happens in real life, if I'm at Target and I'm backing into a spot, understand it's mine. This is my spot. I don't care who you are. This is me, and this is where me and my vehicle are going. So the fact that you have the audacity to feel like you're entitled to it, like, I don't like that. And you're right. Yeah, Molly is. She's just not happy, and she's one of those people that when they're not happy, they want other people to be involved in their misery. Like they say, misery loves company. And I think what's bothering her is that despite the fact she's going through this, that Issa is not joining her misery. So she tries to like put that on her. And I don't like that. That's not stuff I don't like. I just don't. I feel like in friendships there are different dynamics, and sometimes like you have to sacrifice sometimes in order for your friend to have happiness. Like it's okay for you to be happy for somebody, even if things aren't going great in your life. Like that's fine. That is fine. And I feel like that's what friendship is about. That's what relationships is about. Like I don't understand how she has such a great guy, but she doesn't see what she has in front of her. Like Andrew was mad dope. Like give me an Andrew right now, okay? And don't take advantage and take for granted that you have somebody who is willing to be flexible with your schedule. Like I can't vibe with that. Like just because he's willing to, take a back seat to work on a couple of occasions doesn't mean he should take a back seat to work on every occasion. Be clear. And I don't think he owes you that either. And then it's like all of a sudden when it's convenient for you, you're like, oh, okay, let's go here, and then no, no, because if the roles were reversed, and when he wanted to make plans, it was all on him, she would have a fit. Actually, she wouldn't because he wouldn't be around. But I just feel like if everything is on her playing field, then she good. But as long as it's all on her to make the decisions, her to be control, she good. But if it come up to him, it's not gonna work. Hold on, I got some comments. Let me see what these comments is popping. Hold on, we popping. Okay, Sierra said, I actually feel bad, a little bad for Molly this season. I feel she wants to fix her relationship with Issa, but doesn't feel like Issa is trying, even from the last. I can see that. I can see, but I don't know if you paid attention that when they pulled up to that Tiff and Derek's house, that Issa was listening to like an audio book on fixing female relationships. And so it's like Issa was giving, maybe Issa don't know how to do it either, but it's worth a try. Let's see what else. At this time, yeah, Issa living her best life, and Molly can't handle that. Need to focus on it's messy, and because she's getting herself together, she is no longer needing her, and she doesn't know what to do. Yep, that's what I've been saying in these past three wrap up videos, and it baffles me that through all of these seasons that she's not more happy to see Issa grow. But again, when that insecurity taps in on some people, when they start to see people that they deemed as like lower than them all of a sudden having a glow up and a come up, some people don't know how to handle that. Yeah, I think that Molly does want the life that Issa is living. I think it's the freedom of not having, like, right now Issa don't have no worries. She ain't got no man, she ain't got a job. She's pursuing her dreams and what she got going right now. If Molly didn't clear, let's call a spade, she would not. And I think that's what she's envious of, is the fact that Issa technically ain't got nothing going for her right now, but is happy. She don't know what to do with that. She can't comprehend it. What else we got down here? Hold on. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to talk about with Molly. Because we covered the car, we covered the unhappiness as a whole. we covered Molly for the most part. let's slide on into Issa because we've been on here for 15 minutes. I don't plan on being here all night long, but Issa. So we got a little taste of old Issa in this episode, like when she forgot to tell the residents that she was gonna read. What you mean? I didn't read over it. I discussed your comments, Steven. All right, Molly, don't be on here trying to make it about you. No, I'm just playing. But no, we talked about it. Unpack the. I did unpack it. Did I not just? Was you not listening? I said that yes, Molly does want the life that Issa got because Issa happy and Molly ain't. Look here, Molly. We on to Issa now, okay? So, you wasn't listening. How you going, Molly? I'm gonna change your name in my phone to Molly, Steven, because you just ain't right. Sierra, okay, yes. All right, Sierra, we can talk about that before we go into Issa. I was just talking to somebody about Molly earlier in the sense of she don't know what she wants. And the reason I say that is she gave so much effort to Dro, who was a married man, who was married when she went into it and she knew what she was getting into, and did not give the same effort to when Sterling K. Brown was on the show and he was interested in her, when Lil Rel was on the show, and now Andrew. So she's had 3 guys who are successful, interested in her, got their head on straight, all of the above. But when it came to Dro, that was where she put her focus. So I feel like if Dro would have been like, hey, I'm leaving Candace for you, I don't think work would have been as big of an equation as she's making it right now. I'm going to go on the record for that one. I don't think she would have, to be real. I think that that you kind of feel like you can treat them however you want to, and I think that's what she's doing. She's taking full advantage of the fact that Andrew hasn't complained about her always being at work, but I think now she's taking it for granted. And even though, at the end she had the statements that, she made to him, I just don't believe it. I think it was just one of those, like, to glaze things over type of things. Like, oh yeah, no, you're my number one priority. Okay, sis. Whatever. You don't even know this dude for real, but that's how you feel. But one other thing that kind of stood out to me in the beginning of the episode, I don't know if y'all noticed it or not, but when Andrew was coming over and she had the rollers in her hair and she like checked her underarms or whatever. Now, they also mentioned in this episode that she and Andrew were out of like the honeymoon phase, which means that like they've been in the thick of things relationship wise. And my thing is like I feel like she's so insecure in herself that like she had to make sure her hair was perfect. She had to make sure that her underarms smelled great. And I'm not saying like be with your man with your hair all over your head and stanking or whatever. But I think there's to me that was kind of telling of like where she is as a person, like that she always feels the need to kind of like put on. And that, I don't know, did anybody else pick that up? Like that's what I got from that, is that she felt like she had to be on. Again, I'm not saying like look a mess when your significant other comes around, but like if y'all been around that well and you still doing like rollers and like, maybe it's me, could be me. Y'all let me know. So yeah, give me some comments, y'all, because I'm gonna just keep talking. So into Issa real quick. So we got a taste of old Issa when she forgot to tell the tenants that the water was getting cut off, which I found to be, funny because I don't live wherever she is the property manager at. I don't know. I think it was cool to see old Issa kind of creep in, but it not take over. And yeah, she's having an old Issa issue with the fact that her headliner dropped out, but that's like not her problem. It's not her fault. I'll put you that way. But I don't know. Like I felt like if we can go, it's kind of like a twofold. If we can go into Lawrence, what y'all think he was finna tell her about Lil Condoleezza? Somebody called her Condiment on one of my videos, and I still ain't got up. I think he was going to tell her that him and Condoleezza decided to go their separate ways. And I don't know if that was like gonna be a shooting a shot type situation or what it was gonna come to, but I felt like he was uh he was gonna tell her that they went separate ways, and that might be why she didn't answer her calls. But I also feel like if Condola is not answering Issa's calls because she fell out with Lawrence, like that's mad lame, so lame, so lame. My only other thing that I could think of is like something happened with her, like in her family, and he was gonna tell Issa about that, and that they are still together. But I don't know why he wouldn't just say it versus like dancing around it the way he did. Um, Let me see. Yolanda. Yeah, I think he said he was gonna say that they are not, you know, meshing too well. Um, they're still together. He was gonna apologize for it. Okay, Steven, my friend Steven, and even my friend Aaron, last night when we talked about it, they said that they think they still together, but that Stephen, Lord, that Lawrence was going to apologize for sliding in her DMs, like basically saying like I don't want you to think things are misconstrued, which was not far fetched because Lawrence be on some lame stuff. Um, yes, no, I totally agree. Unless there is some type of an emergency that has happened with Condola, it is not okay for her not to be answering Issa in the midst of this because you can't put yourself in a situation and then snatch yourself back for whatever reason, unless it's an emergency. If it's an emergency, I'll take it all back. But if it's not, then she trifling, and I'll go on record to say. But yeah, I thought that was kind of like a little bit lame, but you know, I guess time will tell on that one. What else y'all got for me? But yeah, I mean, I feel like she could have text her, be like, hey, not a good time right now. I'll get back with you or something. Messenger pigeon, but just don't leave the girl high and dry. You know she got the event coming up, and especially if she needed you for something like deadlines, like she needed you to proof the flyer. Really didn't matter because schoolboy dropped out for whatever reason. Um, but one other thing I want to talk about with Issa, Nathan. Hold on. We got a comment. It says, "What do you think about the idea of many people saying Condola might have been or might have done?" Ooh, I didn't think about that. Oh, ooh. Hmm. So I don't know if y'all can see the comment, but what the comment said is, "What do you think about the idea of many saying that Condola might have done something with the headliner dropping out?" That thought didn't even cross my mind until I just read that. If she did that, child, I hope Issa read her for filth, because that's just trifling. You keep business and personal separate. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all knew it was a weird situation to begin with. Once y'all found out that that you was dating her ex, but you don't do that. Don't mess with the girl stuff like that. That's trifling. Like I don't I don't like that. I don't even bang with that right now. Nah, no. I didn't even think about that. But that would be horrible. And if I was Issa, we would throw hands. I'm just saying. Because that's trife. You can't do that. You can't, but don't mix the two of those. But okay, back to homeboy Nathan. So y'all seen them memes going around with Future like, hey, we in a quarantine. That was what that was. He sent her the straight Future voicemail. And I can't stand the old you don't have to call me back, but I just want don't tell me what I can and cannot do. First of all, I know. I need you to tell me, first of all. And secondly of all, and I know that's not good English, but secondly of all, just stay wherever you at. Like you saying that to her didn't add any value to her life. So stay out of it. Either you in or you out. But this whole jumping back and forth, who got the time? You see a watch on my wrist? I ain't got no time. I got time for that. And Issa don't either. Like, I don't understand people that either if you are in my life, be in it. If you are not, stay out. stay out, because you don't know, that could have triggered her. That could have brought on a whole bunch of other mess that she didn't need in her life. And I just feel like, go away, go away. That's it. That's all. Sorry, y'all. This video is brought to you by Smart Water. It's not, but it could be. Sponsor me. I'm just saying. We out here. We doing videos. But anyway, what we got? What we got? What we got? So yeah, I feel like Nathan was tried for that. Well, we're live. Here we are. I got a hole in my lip. But yeah, I wasn't feeling that at all, and I was glad that she didn't like react in that moment. But I guess she didn't really have time to, because she was going straight into Tiff's, where she had to deal with all that Molly mess, and Molly being all dramatic about everything. Like, take a joke, Heifer. Like, I'm just so tired of Molly. Sorry. I know she's having her humbling season, but I just want sis to get through it. Seriously. And let me check the rest of my notes, but I think that was it. This was more of like a transitional episode. It wasn't really it wasn't like episode 3, which was like, you know, action packed. Like, every single character almost had something happening, where, you know, episode 3 was so dope. I actually wish I would have did a live on episode 3 instead of just a live chat, because I didn't really go according to plan. But I think this is how I'm gonna do these videos from here on out, because I love my subscribe tribe, but y'all don't be watching these for real. So I get it. It's not everybody watches the show. Not everybody has HBO, so I can't really be mad. But you know, I was telling my friend Steve, and I've come to the conclusion I am the clothing haul girl, and I have to be okay with that. So we good. I'll continue to bring clothing hauls. I actually filmed one today. That's why my eyes is tired, because I've had lashes on all day. I filmed a Fashion Nova haul, dress haul. They bad, baby. They bad. So that will be dropping sometime this week. I just got to get approval from them. But I think I'm going to continue to do this format for my Insecure videos instead of doing like the pre-filmed one. I actually liked talking to y'all while I did it. I might try Instagram Live next week, even though everybody, their mama, their daddy, and their cousin been on Instagram Live. I think I'm going to try it on live over there. Just because, like, I could even, like, pop people into the live. So if you wanted to talk about something, like, I could pop you in, and then we can have a little conversation, and then you can pop back out. And this is fun. But like I said, like, this is the reason why I want to do this, is because almost in any facet, watching shows and talking about them is one of my favorite things to do. And I feel like my friends are kind of like tired of me talking about, you know, different different shows, especially in the quarantine. That's all I've been doing is watching TV. So I love that I have y'all to kind of talk to and like have the conversation. And yes, Yolanda, girl, it could just be me and you, and that's all. Look, we could talk about it could just be us. But I think next week I'm gonna try Instagram Live, because I'm a little bit more familiar with that. I've done it a few times. YouTube Live, not so much. But apparently I can monetize this. Who knew? Because I surely didn't. But now I know. But I might try Instagram Live next week, and I might even, depending on how I feel late at night, and if I feel like putting on a face, I might do it right after the show, so it's like fresh on everybody's mind. Or I might not, because that Michael Jordan show comes on, and people usually don't watch it till 11, and I'm not staying up that late. So we'll figure it out. We got time. But it's been 30 minutes. I talked about all I want to talk about. If y'all have any more comments, I'll give y'all a second if you do. I appreciate everybody for joining me for this video. This was fun. This was different, and I like this a little bit better than just fun. I definitely, I've just made the decision, like, breaking news, just made the decision that I have water on my shirt. No, that I'm gonna do Instagram Live next week, next Monday. So if you don't have an Instagram, get one by Monday. If you do, then make sure that you check it out. And then how I want to do it is I want to like be able to talk to you all. Like, obviously you have the comments, but if you want to join me in the video, so be prepared, get your situation together, clean up your background, whatever. But I think that's what I'm gonna do for next week. And yeah. Okay. Adonis just woke up from his nap. So before he start acting a fool, I want to thank you all for joining me, and I will see you. Oh, we got a new comment. What does it say? Um, I didn't like when Issa called Molly, and then immediately started talking to her about her problems. If you want to talk, why didn't you call? Wait, I don't know if it Issa called Molly. If you wanted Yes. Are you talking about when Molly was like, "Girl, I this and this and this and this and that." It's like it's not always about you, Molly. It's just not. Um, and like I was talking to my god sister real quick. I'm gonna cover this real quick. But I was talking to my god sister this morning about that. How like she made a good point in saying that like through the last 3 seasons, Issa has relied heavily on her friends a lot. And I feel like in this fourth season, it's so easy for us because Issa is now not that friend anymore. That it's easy for us to forget how every time she messed up, she did go to her friends, specifically Molly. So I think a lot of us have like kind of taken a blind eye to the last 3 seasons. But I also understand that like you got to know your audience. And I feel like Molly struggles to know her audience in a lot of situations. Like, Issa is not the friend that you would go to for advice, right? I like, not trying to be funny, like, I have friends that I love dearly that I would not ask for advice. And then I have other friends that I would. Like, my friend CC, my Sans, who's on here, I will go to her for advice because I know she will give good advice. Other friends, not so much. So my thing is, it's like with Molly doing that. Like, did you just want somebody to vent to, somebody to complain to? Because just know that like Issa really don't have the capacity to help you. So what's the point of having that conversation at all? Just saying. You know, call Tiff or Kelly for that. More so, probably Kelly, or call your therapist because you know that's who we haven't seen with Molly in any of these episodes. Have y'all noticed that? She going through all this. What did she stop doing? She stopped going to therapy. So that's that on that. Just putting that out there. Call your therapist, Molly. And if you was having that bad of an issue, why didn't you call Issa? Why you have to wait on her to call you? Neither here nor there. So anyway, I will see y'all this week with my Fashion Nova video. I will see you next week on Instagram Live for the Insecure recap. We're gonna do it on Monday. I'll post what time it'll be. I don't know just yet, but yeah. If you like this, let me know. Send me some comments or whatever. I'm gonna try to save this. I don't really know how to do this, but I appreciate y'all for rocking with me for the past 34 minutes and 11 seconds, and I will see you next time. Okay? See you in the next video. We made it.